Rome Total War Remastered was a real surprise to me and I think all the Total War fans. As I stated in my video, The Future of Total War, Creative Assembly doesn't really make remasters, they make whole new games. We saw this with Rome 1 and 2, Medieval 1 and 2, and Shogun 1 and 2. But this is the first time they remastered a game. Remastering a game is a bit different than making a whole new game because it relies on the content of the game and usually only updates graphics and small mechanical changes. But Rome Remastered is a bit different. Not only do they update the graphics to a unique looking game different than any other Total War game, they created whole new mechanics within the game, allowing for users to choose either the older or newer versions. This certainly took a lot more effort than a traditional remaster, and is greatly appreciated by all the fans. Another update made that was personally huge for me and maybe others was an update to the camera system, similar to the modern day Total War games. The old Rome 1 camera was admittedly outdated, and was one of the reasons fighting on the battle maps may have been annoying. Yet this was fixed, and I am very thankful for that. Rome 1 Remastered is great from my experience at least. Many others feel the same. But what does this mean for the future of the Total War games? Well, it opens the door for other iconic Total War games to be remastered, just as well as Rome 1 was remastered. This includes fan favorites such as Shogun 1, Medieval 2 as well, as many fans have been asking for Medieval 3 game to be made to do just that. This actually creates a slight dilemma in the CA studio. Is it better to remaster a Total War game or make a new one from scratch? Remastering a game is obviously easier and can be done by a smaller team while the rest of the studio works on new original content. CA could remaster the most beloved Total War games while at the same time releasing brand new IPs, showering Total War fans with hopefully great content. I just hope they can manage these appropriately and not rush any game's production cycles. I don't think CA should be making too many remasters, however. Like I stated, it creates a question between making a new game or remastering an old one. CA could make a Medieval 3 game, with updated graphics and mechanics to modern Total War games like Warhammer or Troy. I think this would be perfectly fine, and accepted by the community if it was remastered. In my mind, I separate Total War games from games prior to Rome 2 and after Rome 2. This is because Rome 2 was 3 years after their latest game, Shogun 2, and represented a serious jump in the game's engine, mechanics, UI, and overall graphical look. That is why Empire and Shogun 2, games that were made 5 years apart, look very similar. However, Rome 2 is very different from all other games prior and has more in common with the games that came after it than the ones that came before it. That is why I believe if CA were to remaster any games, they would be the games prior to Rome 2. Now this is quite obvious, since these games prior to Rome 2 are also the oldest and the most in need for updates in graphics and mechanics. But how will CA decide between a remaster or a whole new game? Ultimately, only CA knows, and it is up for them to decide. The future of Total War remastered games and Total War games in general looks very bright. I was slightly worried when I heard the news of Rome Remastered, thinking that they would not spend that much time on this game that was such a big part of my gaming childhood. But it's safe to say that CA did an excellent job on Rome Remastered, and has all Total War fans excited to see what Total War classic they will remaster next.